Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. I'm not gonna lie, Aquarius, I started pulling cards out like first here, and I'm pulling them out, I'm like, you're a real little son of a bitch, aren't you? But I don't think it's not. I pulled out more cards and things unfolded. We will pull cards out together though through this reading and Sarah. So I just want to show you this. This is how it started coming out. This card's the situation and this is your energy. It's like, it really, like at first it looked like there was somebody here who was carrying like a lot, really having difficulty with it, and you're just like, well, you know, hopefully you'll find your way over here and you'll get your shit figured out. And I'm laughing at that too, because the underline was waiting and compass. So I don't know, maybe some of you are. It's like, yeah, I can see you got a lot over there. That's your problem. You carry that. I'm going to sit over here and relax. Anyways, it unfolded into more as I pulled out more cards. But, because what I'm seeing here is I think you're the one carrying this burden and you're doing the best you can with it. It looks like a secret. It literally looks like some type of a secret that you carry here. Now, I want to put the humor aside because it was funny how it first started coming out, but there's something else here that feels to me like heavy. It does feel very heavy, and it's got this vibe to it where you might know something here and you are doing your best not to say anything. There's a lot of different scenarios that this could be. One that kind of comes to mind is okay. So there's a scenario here. Let's say you're in a relationship with someone. Let's say you're married and you and your partner have decided that this is not going to work anymore. You both need to go in your own directions, or one of you have decided that or whatever, and there's kids involved. And let's say the kids are away at the grandparents' house or something like that, right? And you and your partner have decided that after this weekend, one of you is moving out of the house, the kids will stay with whoever, and then there'll be shared custody and that sort of thing. It's almost like you go to pick the kids up from the grandparents' house, or you go to do that, and you arrive early. The idea was that you were going to come after dinner, they spent the weekend there, and you're going to bring them back. The children are unaware of anything that's been going on between you and your partner. This may or may not have anything to do with kids. It's just the scenario of what I feel like is kind of sitting here a little bit, but we'll see. So you go and you pick them up and you have like a great time with them. You're playing, you're having a good time, but you are not saying a thing to anybody there. You're not saying anything to your parents or your partner's parents, whoever the kids were with. You're not saying anything to your kids. And it's almost as if, to me, you're trying, it feels a bit like, right, like trying to, particularly with the kids, trying to keep their innocence and hurt, kicking it down the road as far as you can possibly until the last minute, when then you're there, you bring them back home, somebody's suitcases are at the door. I was like, what's going on? Who's going away? And then you have the discussion. Like, it feels weighty like that. Like, it feels weighty, like you're going to do your best to have fun with the kids, to have fun with your parents, and make the most of the experience, because you know after that, you go home, everything changes. Everything changes. I've had this feeling, this energy come through before on my channel. I think another time it came through, oh yeah, that was really specific. It was like somebody was having a birthday party. Again, it was sort of like a kid. I don't know why the kid is coming in me. That could have something to do with inner child here, protecting inner child, or actually protecting a child. So the other time that something very similar to this has come through, it's like you get up in the morning, it's your kid's 16th birthday or 18th birthday, something kind of like memorable. There's going to be a big party. Everyone's excited. They're excited. And your parents live out of town. They wouldn't have been able to make it anyway, so it won't be unusual for them not to be there. But you get the phone call at like 5 a.m. that one of your parents has passed away. And like, it's not something that you can deal with at that moment because it's your child's birthday. There's people coming to the house. You kind of like pack your grief in as deep as you can. And You know that your child is also going to be kind of heartbroken when they get this news, but this is not the time to tell them. You're just like, I am not going to tell them just hours before their birthday and all their friends and everyone is supposed to come. I'm just going to suck it in as much as I can. I'm going to suck it back. I'm going to be as strong as I can and pretend that everything is okay. Just try to put it out of my mind. Like, I don't mean that to sound cold and callous. I mean, it's almost like trying to find a way to function through something that is very difficult. And because this reading is screaming that. I don't know what the specifics are, but you are trying your best to function through something very difficult. And it's literally a secret that you have that weighs your soul down. So, and what that secret is, I don't know. It could be somebody's behavior that, this is not the right time for my kids to know. I don't know why I keep going back, because there's no kids. There's nothing to do with kids on the table, but it keeps coming through like that. And I think, again, it has something to do with trying to maintain some level of innocence or purity. Maybe for someone else. So that's part of the sacrifice. Because so I showed you what the situation was. It's a secret. It's a burden. The secret is a huge burden. And then your energy is meditation, but you have the she who is present. Now, awareness and acceptance. It's just trying to accept the situation, like be in the now. Be in the now. And that's exactly like sort of that switch that I described that parent would try to turn on there is when the party's all finished, we'll have this discussion. I'll be back on the phone with my mom or my dad or whoever. And then, everything changes. And the gears all go in a different direction. But today, right now, I got to stop crying. I got to wash my face. I got to put the makeup on. I got to put my cologne on or what I got to do. And I just got to step forward and be present right now. Just focus on right now. That's the only thing I have control over. That's the only thing that I can maintain. And then the frustration, the energy that frustrates you, that you're having difficulty with, it's the camel. And it's uplifting and elevating and empowering. The camel represents actually even being at a crossroads or just trying to navigate and get yourself through really difficult, could be switching environments, because the desert can go from like just absolutely kill you hot to absolutely kill you cold in the night. And that could be part of the problem. Like it could feel like you're bouncing back and forth a little bit here from whatever this secret is that you carry. Some of you too, and I'm sorry if it is, but some of you could carry a health secret or something like that, and you're keeping it from your family. You're like, I don't want them to know until they really have to know. It's like you're trying to save others or someone else from the weight of what you know. And this is like, it would be, to some degree, I want to say that's okay. So that's also interesting, because I feel like that there's a possibility that this information would, it would alleviate you. If I look at elevate, it's almost like alleviate. It would alleviate you from carrying this burden. But it's also weird, because it might uplift someone else, and that's weird. It's something to do with uplifting someone, but persevering through that. Okay, what brings you peace? Well, knowing. I want to say knowing is interesting. And the mask. There's something that you know here, and you're acting like you don't. So, there's something that you know here, and you're acting like you don't. That's the thing that can bring you peace. Just to know, I don't know. I don't know what you know. I don't know what the secret is. But yeah, we might pull cards together. So, well, not we might. We're going to. We might. I'm not going to tease you. We will. She who loved once, fragile secret love. She who thrives, flourish, prosper, and blossom. She who divines future choice and judgment. She who is wild, untamed, mild, and mysterious. I don't know what that has to do with anything. It's weird. It's not like jumping out at me as... Well, secret. That's interesting, because you have a secret. You carry a secret. Do you secretly love someone? Have you been secretly in love with someone? I don't know. And then thriving. through choice, thriving through choice, and being wild and mysterious. I think I don't know, if everybody's different, and sometimes that will just jump out at someone. They'll be like, oh, I understand what that is. What is this? This goes on. Oh, that's interesting. It starts with boredom. It starts with boredom and fear and protection. I don't know what the underlying has to do with what I'm looking at. Usually I can see how we got from A to B, but I can't here. Boredom, I can see how boredom could turn into fear. We've got nothing to do except, like, think about things too much. A scarecrow is protecting ourselves, maybe protecting ourselves from our own emotions with the water card. Oh, the blind alley, then we end up in the water. That's giving me the camel energy. Hot, cold, calm, freaking out. No, maybe calm, freaking out, calm, freaking out, calm, freaking out. And then a waiting compass. It's almost like waiting to be, what should you do? Where should I go? What's the direction here? I don't know what the secret is, for one thing. I want to use the small decks. What is the secret? Oh, geez. The Nine of Wands. This is like a long time, a long holding secret. This is a long, long secret. Secret that's been around for a long time. Okay, here's the other thing. This secret could have something to do with, like, you. And the closest thing that I could lean into here with, the frustration is being able to empower yourself is, like, it could have something to do with the truth about you in some area of your life that may be not so easily accepted by certain people in your society or community. And saying that, what's the longest standing one since the dawn of time is, I want to say, like, probably human sexuality. People get really uptight about that. People can get uptight about race too, but usually, I don't know, unless you're hiding your skin tone or something, or your accent. So I want to just say, like, it could be something like that. Like, you could have a secret here, because this is a secret that you've had for a long time, and it's pretty heavy to carry. I don't know. There's so many ways this comes across for me. Like, it could be, you could have a child, or something. God, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe there's some type of abuse or something that's happened. It just feels so heavy to keep this secret, Aquarius. Okay, the burden of this. The Six of Swords. What do you do with it? God, that's almost like finding something out about somebody, and what do you do with it? But it's like something you've known for a long time. I don't think I'm going to get the details. I think it's got to be, like, really specific for many of you here. I don't know. It saddens me to say that I think maybe some of you, this is some sort of abuse of some sort that you've been through or that you know of. You don't know what to do with this. You've carried it a long time. This is like something you've carried a long time here. You are right now, you're meditating, or you're trying to just accept what you know. Just be now. Be present now. She who is present is your energy. The Ten of Cups and the King of Wands. Shit. Okay, now, this is really taking a turn in this reading. It just feels very heavy to me now. We started, the first card that came out was this, so maybe that should have been a warning to me that this was going to be heavy. Because this looks like it's a family situation, but the King of Wands is an odd character to have in that, because he's off on adventures. He's off on adventures. He's doing kind of what he wants to do here. He may have more than one responsibility that he's got going on here in life. What is meditating? But that's you. Is this you? The Tower and the Three of Swords. Something has happened that has like been really painful. There's been maybe a really painful discovery. But you have the Nine of Wands, so it feels like, or it's something maybe you've been trying to figure out for a long time. I'm kind of wondering here if there's somebody stepping out in some way. What's going on with the King of Wands? Let me just clarify him. What's going on with this King of Wands? I don't know if that's stepping out. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. The Knight of Wands. Oh, the Seven of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. This feels like somebody stepping out of a relationship. This is a secret that you carry? What do you do with it? Where does this go? Where do you take this burden? Because there's some sort of sneaky behavior here in the Wheel of Fortune. That's what changed everything. This also becomes like difficult. This could even be like you being aware of a situation going on between, like it could be like, let's say it's your brother or your sister, and you realize your brother or your sister are stepping out in their relationship. And I'm saying that because I'm throwing that in there, because if it was your brother or your sister and you realized that their partner was stepping out in the relationship, it would probably like, why would you even hesitate? Why would you even hesitate to talk to your sibling? But, or to do something about it. And this, because this is, this is complicated, is how this feels. Now, there's another way that this looks at too, and I know when I say this, like that, this could be something to help validate for Crosswatcher. One of the ways that I want to just kind of clarify something. One of the ways that I think this is really starting to work, because it's been a few years now doing tarot on YouTube, and it's kind of like gone through its own evolution. And I feel like a lot of the times the people that are coming to the readings that are drawn to them have done a lot of spiritual work, a lot of work on themselves, a lot of shadow work. And for the most part, a lot of you are on a fairly high frequency. That is also true for those that are seeking information about situations that have happened to them. Like, let's say, for instance, they were dealing with an Aquarian who was not in the best energy. So when I say this is Crosswatcher, for those Aquarians that are in what I'm about to say, for those Aquarians that are in here, that is not, like, I'm not pinning something on you. And to be quite honest, the Crosswatcher's Aquarian probably wouldn't even bother with spiritual development or anything like that, very likely, okay? Because I am going to validate something for someone here who's who's cross-watching. And I do think that there's an Aquarian here who has stepped out in a relationship. This is a secret that they've been carrying for a while, and I feel like you as a Crosswatcher have found this out. And the Aquarian here is trying to deal with the fact that they know they hurt you. Like, they're just, this meditation with the Tower and the Three of Swords to know that they hurt you. Okay, so coming back around again, for like the majority of Aquarians that are coming to the reading specifically for themselves, I think somebody's hurt you here, or you're witnessing some sort of hurt. This is like really shocking, And you're kind of trying to get grounded and steady yourself. The frustration. Okay, the frustration is the camel, which is trying to persevere, really. The Nine of Swords and the Six of Cups. There could even be something here that somebody thinks something about you. And it's because, this is a hard one too, because it could be, this is coming up as a very opposite energy that I've seen in some of the readings the last couple of days. Where there's been kind of the energy of gossip or not taking the high road or trying to get some type of quick and temporary satisfaction by sharing another person's information. Where this looks more like, to me, you are taking on really broad shoulders here to keep some type of information quiet, to not share it. And in doing that, it might even make you look bad somehow. I don't know how that is, but it might make you feel like somebody from your past sees you in not such a great light. And that's difficult. That's difficult to deal with. It's really frustrating to lift yourself up out of this, but it's like, well, there's a secret here. I said I wouldn't say anything. So, okay, what is your peace? I want to say it's knowing who you really are, but it's like there's a mask that goes on with this. Know who you really are. Don't let self-doubt affect you, particularly of others maybe. Don't show what you know, though. Like if you feel fairly confident about something for some reason, you should be keeping that to yourself. So the knowing and confidence is how the Knight of Swords with the Hanged Man. See, the Knight of Swords is that energy of like, let's do this really quick. I know something, right? Just to sit back and I kind of want to say too, like, not sharing other people's information is it's virtuous and it's very honorable. It's trustworthy. And if there's outside circumstances going on around you, right, that it would be really easy to share this secret or share this information, and it might give you a check mark from people and approval from people short term. But long term, people might look back on it and go, why would you have done that? Because the truth would have eventually come out and you would have been fine. But because you said something earlier on, it actually ended up hurting this person. And because you hurt that person, like, you really weren't the better person in this situation. So it's as if like the truth will always, at the end of the day, the truth will come out. The truth will come out. And if there's some sort of truth that is being hidden about you, or you're doing your darndest here to keep something quiet, and because of that, it makes you look bad, or maybe to some people, they may, I don't know, there might be some concern. At the end of the day, I really do feel like it is taking the high road, and your character will come through much more authentically than if you try to force something. Because, I mean, I do want to say to some extent, you're doing what is your peace. The Hangman is just to sit tight and breathe, relax. The Mask. The Ace of Wands. The High Priestess and the Devil. Boy, oh boy. You did looking like a little bit of a shit disturber. Okay, I also feel like, how would I describe this? Okay, I feel like you're allowing the universe to deal with something here. With the High Priestess and the Devil, there, the High Priestess a lot of times can show up to me like some type of a spiritual block. Like, right, because it can symbolize universal secrets, secrets going on in situations, but these are divinely guided. Like a secret like this is a secret that the universe has imposed because it's important right now. And it does feel like, because what would it be blocking? It would be blocking the devil. And this is the best idea moving forward. It's the best idea moving forward. That's the peace. You know whatever the truth is in a situation. And that's the most important thing here. Hi. What's the bottom of this deck? The Ace of Swords. It's almost like confirming. It's just the Ace of Swords at the bottom. I'm going to go do the extended, Aquarius. In the extended, I'm going to ask, what is the hidden lesson in this for you? What is the hidden lesson in this for Aquarius? I'm going to do that with the fairy deck. That's what I did with the extended in the collective that came out a couple of days ago, and it gave us a really interesting perspective because it's not the obvious. You might be like, oh, I know what the obvious lesson is. So I'm going to look at what is the hidden lesson in this. And thank you so much, my dear Aquarians. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.